What's up guys, I'm DeatHInfernoXxGaming and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be sharing with you a build that I've kept in my loadout for quite a long time, but as you can see I'm in Ramskid because I have a little backstory to share to you guys. I've played this game for quite a long time, and along the journey I've made lots of friends and invited them to play the game. Some of these friends are real life friends and I often hang out with them in real life too. Since I'm the only one with the skills and resources, I mostly do all the hard work, but most of them leave the game in the end. The only reason I can think of is because they die very frequently because they just started the game obviously, and you couldn't have the fun together if another one is just laying down watching as you slap the behemoths. That is why I made this build. A semi-support build that offers very strong supportive capability as well as being able to deal somewhat decent damage, mainly so that you and your friend or friends can have much more fun together with the game. You don't have to be particularly good at the game to use this build effectively because believe me, it's very tanky. So here's the build guys. So basically, semi-support means you'll be able to deal somewhat decent damage, but being able to support your teammates as well. The support capabilities for this build right here is from the revival, and there are three things that really help a lot with this. The first is the medic perk, which increases your speed of reviving your teammates by 66%, as well as healing an additional 40% health when you revive them, also giving them a 300 health shield for 20 seconds. So as I've mentioned earlier, when they are down, they will end up just watching you do the whole thing, and that's not really the best thing to happen. And medic can really help a lot to revive them and help them get back into action so that you can have fun together even faster. But simply being able to revive your teammates faster and all the benefits is not really the best supportive capabilities. So that is why there is also this artificer right here. And the artificer is really awesome because of the fourth point of the active ability, the down slayer. You can revive and grant artificer aura for 15 seconds. So you simply need to point the crosshair to your downed teammate and you'll be able to revive them with the artificer. And the artificer will also scale with the medic perk, which means you can revive them faster as well with the artificer aura. With the artificial down slayer. And also the second point of the active ability, the ground, to create a barrier, a wall that blocks hostile projectiles, and this will help a lot with helping your teammates getting away from the projectile attacks from certain behemoths, and that's a very good supportive capability right there. And the third thing that really helps a lot with revival is the helmet prismatic grace. But before we get to this helmet right here, I need to explain that in order to be able to support your teammates better, you need to be very tanky and not die easily so that you don't end up being the one needing support instead. So that's why we brought some perks that really help a lot with survivability. The first is parasitic to delay 20% of your damage taken for 10 seconds, and during that 10 seconds of delayed damage over time, you will gain 5% lifesteal, and that's really good for survivability because you literally reduce the damage taken by 20%, and that is also tough to increase your max health by 500, which means you're much more tankier than usual. You also gain 50% healing from all sources, including parasitic 5% lifesteal, and this too really helps a lot with survivability, but only with this perks it's not enough to be able to be a very tanky build, and that is why this build actually comes with two chances to cheat death. The first one is obviously from the Chronovo's legendary ability to rewind back time 3 seconds prior to activation, and you can use this legendary ability when you're down so that you can return 3 seconds prior before you take that one lethal damage, and that's basically cheat death. And the second one is the prismatic grace. That is why I went to explain about how important tankiness is for this build before I go to this helmet, because the first effect from this prismatic grace is to grant your revival target a radiant prism that blocks all damage, which means invulnerability for 5 seconds. And the first time you take lethal damage, you're going to get the same radiant prism to become invulnerable for 10 seconds, and you're going to revive with very little HP. And that's basically cheat death because you revive after you die once for the first time. And if you revive another player while you have this radiant prism, you and your teammate both will revive with full HP. And that's actually a very awesome supportive capability and cheat deaths. And that is why this build right here is very tanky, because we have parasitic and tough just for the tankiness so that you don't die easily. Also two ability to cheat death. The perfect survivability, the perfect tankiness for our support build. And that's for the supportive capability for this build, and it's still a semi-support build, which means you're going to be able to deal somewhat decent damage, and the damage source for this build right here is from the full bow chamber and the bond Valomyr's instincts. So the Valomyr bond right here can deal frequent 700 radiant damage bursts, and it's frequent because the charge rate increases with higher current health. If you did remember my explanation about the survivability, you're going to notice that I did bring tough to increase my max health by 500, which means you're going to charge the bond, the unit effect from the bond, even faster. Buster. You'll be able to deal the 700 radiant damage burst every 7 or 7.5 seconds, and that's real awesome. And there's also Tenacious to increase your damage by 2% for every 100 current HP, which scales with the Tough to increase your damage, and there's also Predator to increase your damage. Aether Hunter comes with the Bond Valomyr instinct, you cannot change that one. And there's also Molten to gain attack speed, movement speed, and immunity to burning. You're going to spawn 3 orbs, which means you're going to be able to help another teammate with the attack speed and immunity to burning. And that sums up the perk summary and everything about the support and damage. Let's go through the build. The first is the Prismatic Grace, fit in the Predator Cell. Then we have the Gnasher, fit in the Tough. Then we have the Hellion, fit in the Tenacious. And there is also the Boreas and fit in the Predator Cell. And here I'm using the Cold Size Bloom just for the lifesteal. Parasitic might not be enough because it only gives you 5%. And Cold Size Bloom will be able to help along with lifesteal. Although you're free to choose any other lantern that you want, maybe Strike to increase attack speed, or maybe Scorn to increase your shield, but fit in the Molten Cell. And as for the Omni Cell, I don't think there are other Omni Cell that really helps a lot with the survivability, supportive capability, and stuff. Artificial is the best one. And here's the weapon with Medic Cell, Parasitic Cell, Forward Chamber, Captain's Grip, Tactician's Magazine, and Valomyr's Instincts. So that's the build, guys. Alright, so here we are in the public matchmaking to show how this build will work in the team play, because I believe action speaks louder than words. And here we landed on an ongoing island event, the Sudden Death. I'm currently under level, but it's not really a problem because Sudden Death behemoth will knock you down in one shot either way, even though you're on the same level. So in this battle right here, I took some clips where I'm being a very good support, and also enjoy the video. Alright, so those are the clips that I want to show you guys. Thank you for all the Slayers who participated. And I don't know who you guys are, but if you watch this video, thank you for not giving up at all in this gruesome battle, even though you guys died so many times. And what do you guys think about this build right here? Let me know down in the comments below. And that's all for the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free, and as always, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.